Tuesday, July 9th. Welcome to the Damon Brew Show, brought to you by Ike's Sandwiches. It's great to have you here. Like and subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for being back here today. And we got a new cat to talk about. My goodness, what an audition for really the entire basketball world that a 17-year-old is having right now. 17-year-old Cooper Flagg is the talk of the basketball world, thanks to what he's done against Team USA in Las Vegas, practicing against them on the same team with Brandin Podziemski and Trayce Jackson-Davis. This 17-year-old is more than holding his own out there. He is turning around and burying jumpers in the eyes of Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis. This 6'8", 17-year-old Duke-bound white boy is one hell of a basketball player, and everyone in the world just went from, I've heard about him, I've seen him, I know that he's good. You don't become a five-star recruit and have Duke's interest if you're bad at this, but how good can you really be? He looks good against his peers. He looks good against Team USA. Can't really have a greater learning curve than Team USA. And Cooper Flagg, man, I'm telling you, LeBron is like legit impressed. I am legit impressed. Have you seen some of these videos and the shots and just the on-court demeanor of a kid who should be about as wide-eyed and autograph-seeking as you can get, right? Here he is in a room full of legends, Hall of Famers, all NBA everywhere, and he's just like, yeah, no big deal. I'm just going to go out and bury jumpers. It's unbelievable. It's kind of unprecedented. Like Christian Laettner didn't play like this. And remember, Christian Laettner, when he was on Team USA, he had won national championships at Duke. Like he had completed his Duke career, right? He was about to be drafted into the NBA, and he was put on, Team USA as a little bit of a sprinkle on top. This kid hasn't even played a college basketball game yet. And he's balling on what is nothing short of the greatest assembled basketball team on the planet. That's what Team USA is. So, what incredible exposure. If Trayce Jackson-Davis were responsible for these highlights, I'd be impressed. Like, Trayce Jackson-Davis is a 24-year-old man with an NBA season already under his belt and 4 years at Indiana. Cooper Flagg has yet to play college basketball. And did you see that there was I don't even think there was a coincidence that all these Cooper Flagg highlights come out, and all of a sudden the Chicago Bulls have a story that they're willing to attach draft picks for anyone to come and get LaVine, which is funny if you ask me, because, in maybe one of the greatest, certainly it was phonetically pleasing, one of the greatest campaigns ever to tank was when the Colts decided it was time to suck for luck. Suck for luck. Again, it rhymes, it works. How about this one? You're going to have NBA teams falling over themselves, trying to tanks a lot for Cooper Flagg. And the theme in the NBA is going to be this for some teams this year. Capture the flag. Capture the flag is going to be a thing in the NBA this year. You're going to have teams going out of their way to lose as much as possible, to have the most amount of balls in the hopper, to get the chance to select Cooper Kupp with the #1 overall pick. And I'll tell you, the fact that this guy is getting pub in Vegas, it's good for college basketball. It's really good for college basketball. Now, look, we'll never be able to root for Cooper Kupp again a day in our lives, right? He's about to be a Duke Blue Devil. Can't root for those guys. Ugh. But look, he is special. And the fact that there is a serious amount of name recognition against him, for him, that's good. This is exactly what men's college basketball needs, is a little name recognition. And I don't even care if it's only at the top. Did you just see the last NBA draft? There was hardly any name recognition at the top of it. So this is what a season of college basketball upcoming absolutely needs. Cooper Flagg hype. What did Cooper Flagg do against North Carolina? Well, it really doesn't matter because he's out here burying Jay's and Anthony Davis's eye, for goodness sakes. Which brings me to Brandin Podziemski. So Brandin Podziemski, I love that Brandin Podziemski's got that scrapple in him, man. He really, really does. You put Brandin Podziemski's heart in Andrew Wiggins, you've got one of the 5 best players in the world. If you put Andrew Podziemski's heart, mindset, and dog inside of an athlete like Andrew Wiggins, you would have something wildly special. Brandin Podziemski doesn't have the body to maybe ever be a wildly special NBA player, but man, he's got that dog in him. And if you got a dog in a league full of guys who just, really ain't showing you their loudest barking dog on a nightly basis, guys like Brandin Podziemski can absolutely thrive. He and Trace Jackson Davis playing well for, against Team USA. I saw Brandin setting up an awful lot of these Cooper Flagg highlights that I'm seeing. It looks like the two of them have a little bit of a connection. So Podziemski to Flagg is something that's actually happening in Las Vegas right now. But when it was time to take a possible game-winning shot, Brandin Podziemski called his own number, and Brandin Podziemski tried to put the boogie on Anthony Davis, and Anthony Davis ate him up, like just swallowed his whole lunch. Podziemski didn't even get the shot off. I love the effort. I love it. The fact that Brandin Podziemski tried to put the boogie on Anthony Davis and take him off the dribble, I love it. It didn't work, didn't even come close to working, but I love the effort, and I love what that effort represents in Brandin Podziemski. A just not afraid guy. Brandin Podziemski, not afraid. I'm impressed. Cooper Flagg, a 17-year-old kid who hasn't even played a lick of college ball yet, he's not intimidated, and he is hitting his shot over Anthony Davis. Brandin Podziemski did not. But I love the effort. I see that effort. I recognize that effort. Cheers, Brandin Podziemski. Cheers to you. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, we are sip of the day right off the rip. That was well timed. That was a perfect sip. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect. I love it. Love it when we can nail sip of the day on the first attempt. So, there was another article that I saw attached to, some Team USA hype about who should start for Team USA. Who should start for Team USA? And it's an incredible, room full of talent. There's no doubt about that. Like when the worst guy on your team is either Bam Adebayo or Tyrese Halliburton, who had a great year last year in the NBA. You got a pretty good team. Having said that, Steve Kerr better have these guys ready to go because the rest of the world is officially coming for Team USA, and the rest of the world's got some NBA on it too. We'll get to that and some odds in just a second here, but who should start for Team USA? There's all these different combos, and you're trying to find the right combo, the right guys to complement each other and all this stuff. And, do you want to have a more of a defensive mindset in your backcourt, or you just want to come all off, offense? I mean, you're starting Steph Curry. Steve Kerr is going to start Steph Curry. That's the one thing we know for sure. Steph Curry didn't say, I'm finally going to the Olympics to come off the bench for head coach Steve Kerr. So Steph Curry is starting 1,000,000,000%. Now, next to him, do you want to go Jason Tatum? As your 2-3? Because you got a lot of guys who can play a lot of different positions on this team. Me, if I got to come up with a starting 5, just here we go. I want to look good off the bus. I want to intimidate you. I want to hit you with talent and star power right away out of the starting 5. I'm going Curry, Tatum, LeBron, KD, and Embiid. Like who's outscoring that starting 5? Curry, Tatum, LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Embiid. You basically got, a legit point guard, a legit center, and then you got small forward 2-guard hybrids everywhere else. Sounds like the kind of team you need to run out against the world. Now, you want to go with Booker over Tatum? Fine, you can do that. You want to go with Drew Holiday and have a little defense out there? Drew, go get him. Sure, you could do that. You could start him at the 2 or the 1 and have Curry play the 2 for all I care. Again, there's just so much talent. It doesn't even matter. But it does. Because the rest of the world has officially caught up to the men. The women really don't have anything to worry about. The women don't have anything to worry about at all. The women remain an overwhelming favorite. Like, that's why it doesn't even matter that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese aren't on this team. You don't even need those players to go and beat the ever living crap out of the rest of the world in women's basketball. The United States is basically the only country that takes women's basketball seriously. And that's why they are, an overwhelming favorite over the entire world, while the rest of the world has absolutely closed the gap on the men. The women remain overwhelming favorites in the Tokyo Olympics 3 years ago. They were minus 1,400 to win it all. They remain minus 1,400 to win it all. No other women's team in the world has a better than 20-1 shot against the ladies. So if Team USA women's basketball don't bring home the gold medal, the women should not be allowed back into the country. But it's not so bad having to stay, I guess, in Paris. But the women will win the gold medal. They'll probably do it by a degree of point total difference that is amazing. There's no one who can hang with women's Team USA. The men are in a much different boat now. The men are modest favorites at minus 400. The rest of the world, Canada, going off at plus 900, France plus 1100, Serbia plus 1400, Greece and Germany plus 2000, Australia plus 3300, Puerto Rico, Japan, South Sudan are going off at plus 50,000. I don't think we're going to see those teams on the medal platform. But we have seen the United States of America men get beaten in international competition when we do not send our very best. Just happened to occur in the FIBA World Championships. They didn't even medal. Didn't take it too seriously. Just look at that roster. They're taking this seriously. Is there any room for Cooper Kupp on the team? I'll tell you right now, leave Bam Adebayo at home. All due respect, don't need that guy. Get Cooper Kupp Cooper Flagg. You can put Cooper Kupp on the team. Probably not as effective as Cooper Flagg. I'm ready for a little Olympics. I really am. I'm ready for the Olympics. I love the frickin' Olympics. I love the opening ceremony. I love all the pomp and circumstance. I love the parade of nations. I love all the competition. I love the basketball tournament. It's great. Give it to me. Give it to me. Unfortunately, my big plan to go cover Team USA in Paris got scuttled when I had my family's finances cut in half by the layoff over a year ago. But I was absolutely, Jillian and I were going to go to the Olympics. We were going to the Paris Olympics. We were going to, I talked to Steve Kerr about this on the air. You probably heard me talking to him about it on the air. I was going to practices. I was going to be the last man on the bench for Team USA. I asked Steve Kerr if he ever needed a slow, overweight, probably a little bit too old to do it ball boy. He said, no, we don't need that. But, if you come along, we'll have a good time. Unfortunately, I can't go along. So we'll all be watching the Olympics, I guess, from right here. If you want to go watch the Olympics, they're going to have it at the Dubliner. But before you go to the Dubliner, I want you to go to Ike's and grab a little lunch. You can even have Ike's delivered to the Dubliner, which would be just one of the most baller-ass moves in all of San Francisco. Anyways, use the Ike's Reward app whenever you're ordering on Ike's. You earn your way towards free sandwiches, whether you're going to go pick it up in a location or you're going to have it delivered to you, which is available through the Ike's app. Don't go through DoorDash. Don't go through Uber Eats. Go through the Ike's app specifically to earn your way towards free sandwiches, and unbelievably delicious sandwiches are everywhere. By the way, we are going to have a grand opening of Ike's Mission Rock coming up soon to let you know about, and we hope to see you there. I am going to be popping into the Dubliner a little bit later on this afternoon to shore up the right time to announce Plus Mania 4 at the Dubliner in West Portal. My man Kenny and John, we're going to plan the date today, and we are going to be announcing it this week. It's going to be, late July, early August, still haven't figured it out. I need to make sure that Jillian's got the right kid coverage so we can get over there and have a good time and get drunk and hang out with you. I'm really looking forward to it, so be on the lookout for Plus Mania 4. Still haven't come up with the official title for Plus Mania 4. Plus Mania 4 in 3D. Plus Mania 4 The Happening. I don't know. Maybe Plus Mania 4 The Irishman, since we're going to do it at the Dubliner. I don't know. But we'll figure it all out. Meanwhile, Dubliner, West Portal, thank you. My man Ike, thank you. You want to support the channel? You like what you see? Support my sponsors, please, and thank you. A like and subscribe is a great way to not even lift a finger other than to touch like or subscribe to support the channel. And of course, if you really want to get into supporting the channel, memberships are available if you want to be a part of the initiated. Oh my goodness. Not a lot going on. It is kind of the dead time of the year. Kirk Morrison. Remember Kirk Morrison? Longtime Raider. Played for the Bills, I think, for a minute there, too. San Diego State great. Kirk Morrison is going to be joining me next week, talking a little NFL, previewing training camp, the upcoming year. He does pre and post game for the LA Rams, so we're going to do a little NFC West preview with Kirk Morrison. He's going to be joining me next week. 49ers rookies report to training camp in 7 days. So as far as I'm concerned, next week can't come fast enough. Like, let's get going, baby. Let's get those rookies in. Let's get the vets in. I got nothing left to say about Brandon Ayuk other than get that done or don't, but have some conclusion by the time veterans report to training camp, for goodness sakes. I got one other NFL story that's about honoring family that I really, really like. That's in the news today. Honoring family, there isn't enough of it in the world anymore. I think when someone wants to honor their family, what happened in their family tree, this is nobility. This is exactly what the world needs in 2024. Two-time Pro Bowl defensive end Josh Allen is changing his last name to Hines Allen to pay tribute to Joshua's maternal side of the family and the other relatives who have worn Hines and Hines Allen on their jerseys. I'm a little old-fashioned. I'm very, very happy that Jillian took my last name, when we got married. I always think it's a little confusing when you got a hyphen. Kind of like explain it away. Well, what happened? You got a stepdad, a step something. What happened? You got two families coming together. You want, or you just want to honor your mother's side of the family. Fine, you can do all that too. I'm a little old-fashioned, and I'm glad that my wife is a little old-fashioned too. She didn't even think twice about like hyphenating her last name. Josh Allen obviously rocked Allen and thought twice about it and decided I do want to hyphenate my last name, and there's a pretty good reason why. First of all, his sister, Misha Hines Allen, plays for the WNBA's Washington Mystics. I did not know that. He's got other sisters who have played or are playing high-level college basketball as well, and whether they turn pro or not, he wants to give them some love. His father is Gregory Hines. No, not the tap dancer. Not that Gregory Hines. Josh Hines Allen's uncle, Gregory Hines, was drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 1983 after a Hall of Fame career at Hampton University. I did not know that there was a connection between the Josh Allen, or now Hines Allen family and the Golden State Warriors, but there is. His uncle was a Warrior. And I just love what he said. He said, "Legacy is forever, and I'm proud to carry on that tradition on the back of my jersey, following in the footsteps of my family who have donned the Hines Allen name with so much pride and joy." Now, when a professional player wants to change, either his number or his name, I think you got to buy out your inventory. So this is probably an expensive thing. Josh Allen is a hell of an NFL player. He is, did he lead the league in sacks last year? He's a stud. He's the best defensive player on the Jacksonville Jaguars for sure. And the Jaguars announced that the Heinz Allen is going to host a jersey exchange for fans in September. So if you're rocking a Josh Allen jersey, you want the updated nameplate, I guess they're going to take care of that or give you a discount or something. That's good. I like that. I don't like when fans get screwed over with a jersey that now, who I feel bad for? Deebo Samuel fans who got the number 19 jersey and now he's Deebo Samuel Sr. number 1, not number 19. So you got to go and get another Deebo jersey now. I don't know if you're getting any cash back or jersey deals offered by the 49ers there. But again, I just love that. I love honoring family, and I think that that's great. I really do. By the way, speaking of family, something happened over the weekend that I completely forgot to tell you about on Monday's show. On Saturday, we bring the boys down to San Bruno for swim class. It's where they go to learn how to swim. It's not an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We're not looking to get them on scholarship. We just want to make sure that both kids, God forbid, fall in a pool. They're not going to drown. So we're teaching them how to swim very early. And we go down to San Bruno for the La Petite Baleine, which is French for the little whale. And, they soak the family for like $300 a month for swim lessons or whatever it is. But it's good. It's good. The kids love it. We go to swim class, and then there is this cute little playground in San Bruno that we always go to before or after swim class. This is great. We tire out the kids. Kids are like puppies. The tired they are, the better behaved they are. So we look to tire the boys out. And at this San Bruno park, this playground, which is a great little playground for kids, they have a picnic area with all these picnic benches and a couple fire pits set up. And it's always occupied by some families, either small families or large families who've gathered for, tiny little birthday parties. I've seen quinceañeras go down where there are 55, 65 people out there. It's a big gathering spot for families in San Bruno to go have a really nice outdoor picnic day in a park next to a playground. Kids are happy. Adults are happy. It works on all levels. This past Saturday, there was a barbecue rig that got towed in there that had spits of chicken just rolling over this open pit, which had to be pulled by a Ford F-150. This was not an insignificant thing. And I'm very barbecue curious. I want to ask you about your barbecue. So this huge family, and when I mean huge, I mean number of people out there and physical prowess. I don't know where they were from. I should have asked. The family's lineage, but they come from one of 3 groups for sure. They were Fijian, they were Tongan, or they were Samoan. A Polynesia situation is happening in this family's bloodline without a doubt. Every single dude there looked like Jesse Sapolo. Every single woman there looked like Jesse Sapolo. It was a big, big family. And there were 70 of them. No wonder why they needed to bring the rig with them to grill all that chicken. There was a lot of mouths to feed. So I go over. There's 2 guys working the grill. And before I can even, ask a follow-up question about the wood that they're grilling on, did they build or buy this rig? Before I can even ask, I got 2 grandmothers each taking me by my elbow like I'm a blind person and I'm like, am I being led out of here? No. I was being led to the cooler. This family gave my family 3 chickens. Because they were grilling quarters, and they sent me home with 6, 7, 8 chicken quarters in styrofoam boxes and chicken tacos with rice. They gave us enough food for 2 meals. I didn't even ask. It was just given. Just, hello, you're out here. We have so much food. Please eat it. Dude, I'm telling you right now, you go out in the world and you meet beautiful people. And it means more now than ever before. As everyone retreats into their phones, as everyone, is divided among political camps or sports teams or whatever the fuck we use to divide ourselves. It was so beautiful watching this family just instantly embrace me. They saw my son Jack. So here's the thing, they give Jack and me a quarter chicken. And we're sitting down and we're eating, and then Jack knocks over the plate. And I'm like, oh, we had a lot of chicken there, but okay, I'm just going to pick it up and throw it away. The grandmother saw that, and that's when she ran over with boxes of food. They had been boxing up more food. She's like, oh, you got 2 boys with you. You got a lot of mouths to feed yourself. Freaking beautiful, man. Freaking beautiful. I love family. And the Josh Allen story reminded me of this awesome Fijian, Tongan, Samoan, I don't know, family that just went out of their way to feed my family instantly. Just beautiful people. What a beautiful culture. What a just inclusion. Freaking fantastic, man. I'll tell you what we also did this past weekend. We brought the boys down to Chinatown. The boys are in Chinese language immersion. And they were saying thank yous and hellos in Chinese and blowing the minds of old Chinese ladies. We went and had a, little lunch, got some dumplings, some dim sum place. And as soon as the boys said thank you in Chinese, I think it's chin chin. I think that's it. That's what they were saying. Chin chin is thank you. All of a sudden, there's 4 waitresses at our table trying to talk Chinese, and they're giving toys to our boys, and they're giving little knickknacks and little candies, and they're sending over dumplings, and they were blown away. People are awesome. People in California are awesome. Northern California being the melting pot that it is, it's a beautiful place, man. I know that there's a lot of noise and news out there that there's something wrong in San Francisco. And look, we're a big city. Of course we got things wrong with us. Of course things can get and need to get better. But in the meantime, I fucking love this place. I love the people that I meet. I love the way that people embrace total strangers in this town. San Francisco, it's a big city, but it really is. It's a small town in so many other ways. And it's just beautiful watching, different cultures come together and all get along. And it was just awesome. I had a great weekend. Anyways, the Josh Hines Allen name change made me remember these 2 great stories from the weekend that I forgot to tell you about on Monday's show. So I wanted to tell you about it today. Again, 49ers rookies report to training camp in about a week. Kirk Morrison, who is a large part of the radio family from years ago. Kirk Morrison's just a great guy, Bay Area guy. I DM'd him on Twitter, and he instantly texted me. I forgot that we had each other's phone numbers. And he's like, what are you sliding into my DMs for? I'm like, sorry, I forgot I had your phone number. And so I was like, you want to come on this week, talk a little football? He's like, yes! But I'm at a wedding in Cabo this week, so let's do it next week. So we're going to have Kirk Morrison next week. Our friend Cyrus Satsis is going to be joining me on the show on Wednesday. Looking forward to talking a little Warriors and off-season and Lowry Markkanen rumors with him. We're going to do that on a Wednesday show. And that's good because outside of a little baseball, what else are we going to be talking about tomorrow other than, hey, 6 days until training camp opens? We got a beautiful final send-off for Willie Mays at the Yard. Great speeches. The only thing that I didn't like about it was the timing. I don't mean to be like, Willie Mays died a couple of weeks ago, but Willie Mays did pass away a couple of weeks ago. So, the whole Willie Mays goodbye thing being on January 8th, I think you got to do these things faster than that, quicker than that. But look, I mean, Bill Clinton showed up. Taped message from Barack Obama hit the stage. Barry Bonds spoke. Larry Baer spoke. Dusty Baker spoke. It's the kind of thing that Willie Mays would have spoken at. I mean, it was a big deal. Giants did a great job with it. Giants handle ceremony on an A-plus level. They really do. Tonight, back to the business of baseball, though, is, every team's trying to close out its first half plus, strong. The Giants got 6 games left in their first half. They're 3 games under 500. It'd be nice to see them finish the first half above 500. They got a last place Toronto team coming in before a pretty good Minnesota team comes in with its all-star Carlos Correa. Giants and he got just a little history. But all eyes on Blake Snell this evening. Blake Snell hasn't done diddly for the San Francisco Giants yet this year. He is 0-3 with a 9.51 ERA, and he's spent more time being hurt than he's actually spent time on the mound hurting the Giants or his own ERA. If the Giants are going to do anything, go anywhere, Blake Snell has to be a lot better than god-awful. And he hasn't been anything but god-awful to this point. So we'll see what his first game in a long time looks like. Blake Snell, let's keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, the A's got a 6-game East Coast roadie. Boston for 3, then Philadelphia for 3. Philadelphia is just beating the tar out of everybody these days, so you better do something at Fenway, because when you get to Philadelphia, Oakland, the price of poker goes up. The freaking Phillies are a monster right now. Let's see. Got a couple of other stories for you that I saw and I liked. First of all, did anybody watch the 4th of July Nathan's hot dog eating contest, or because Joey Chestnut was said he's not going to be in it, you didn't even bother thinking about it? Now, I can't watch any eating contest. I think it's disgusting. I take no joy in watching people choke down hot dogs. I don't get it. Not exactly a spectator sport. I'm interested in enough to read about the results. But when I heard that Joey Chestnut wasn't going to be in it this year due to some sponsorship thing, I'm like, oh, I don't even care anymore. Was he in it? I saw this about Joey Chestnut. He ate 200 boneless wings. TMZ reporting that the 40-year-old ate the chicken bites one by one with a fork and washed them down with a bunch of soft drinks. Some 37 minutes later, 200 boneless wings down the hatch for a promo for Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, they say all this on TMZ after the paragraph that says, Chestnut, who just inhaled 57 wieners in 300 seconds. That can't be 300 seconds, 57 hot dogs? On July 4th. Was he in the Nathan's thing or not? Or did he hold his own eating contest without Nathan's or not? I thought he wasn't in it. Did he do his own hot dog eating thing? I guess I could have Googled all this and found it out. I just don't care enough. But I guess the whole point would be, don't tell me that you're having a big international contest and not invite Caitlin Clark. He is the Caitlin Clark of eating. The women have still screwed it up, but again, they're going to run away with the gold medal, so I guess it doesn't matter. But there you go, Joey Chestnut, pound for pound, the most successful athlete in the history of the Bay Area. If you consider competitive eating athletics. We are going to get into a Club Plus in just a minute. If you're watching on YouTube, you will be titillated by the light show and the world's squeakiest disco ball that opens Club Plus here in just a moment. If you're listening to the podcast, though, thank you so much for listening, and we're going to let you all go with this story that Kevin Bacon, yes, that Kevin Bacon, didn't really like being one of us. Now, look, Kevin Bacon seems like a pretty cool guy. There are some actors in Hollywood that are just like, okay, superstar, There's nothing normal about that person. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, there's nothing about him that screams, I'm normal. I'm a normal guy. You, me, Leo sitting at a bar, totally normal thing. Like that guy's just got like A plus celebrity movie star dripping off of him. You know, Brad Pitt. We can't even pretend that that's a normal guy, right? Even though like the word on Brad Pitt is that he skews normal if you actually meet him, but there's nothing about him that seems normal. I've always thought like Kevin Bacon just seems like normal. Kevin Bacon, he seems cool. He's a normal guy. He's a nice guy who just happens to be a famous actor. Like that's at least how I feel about Kevin Bacon. Well, there's a story in Variety that, basically said like Kevin Bacon. Of course, there's this 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon game that everyone can play. Like you can link any actor to Kevin Bacon in 7 movies. Variety says Kevin Bacon's been a recognizable star for 4 decades now. He broke through in 1984 with the phenomenon that was Footloose. So Kevin Bacon, looking to leave the house and have a little normalcy, decided to hire a professional makeup artist. Pardon me. Kevin Bacon hires a professional makeup artist to disguise himself so he can just walk around and feel what normal life is for the rest of us. And, in an interview, Kevin Bacon has said, look, when I just put on like a hat and sling it low and wear sunglasses, like I still get recognized everywhere I go. Like Kevin Bacon does have an incredibly recognizable face. So just the hat and sunglasses are not enough. And so he commissioned a facial prosthetics expert so he could try going out in public without being noticed. He says, look, I'm not complaining, but I have a face that's pretty recognizable. Putting on a hat and glasses is only going to work to a certain extent. So he got the full makeup, like fake nose, fake chin, changed his skin tone a little bit, sunglasses, I'm sure, wig, beard, maybe. I don't know. I never saw the picture of what Kevin Bacon's disguise looked like. But this is straight out of freaking Jacques Cousteau. This is Pink Panther. I'm going to disguise myself to go out in public. So he's in his disguise and he goes out to the Grove in Los Angeles, famous bar and restaurant, the Grove in Los Angeles. And he said the makeup worked and nobody recognized him. And he didn't exactly like that after a little while. And I appreciate the honesty here, Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon says, quote, people were kind of pushing past me. They're not being nice. Nobody said I love you. I had to wait in line to, I don't know, buy a fucking coffee or whatever. I was like, this sucks. I want to go back to being famous. I love that. So Kevin Bacon, he wanted to feel what it was like to be normal just for a minute. And in about a minute's time, he's like, being normal sucks. I want to be a celebrity again. The only way this story would have been better is if, to avoid standing in line, you see him like tearing off prosthetics and makeup saying, give me a free coffee. I'm Kevin Bacon. But I like that. I like that. He probably did it to turn around and tell everyone to like, yeah, it was nice being normal and just one of the crowd, a face in the crowd for a little while. Yeah, no, I'm telling you right now, once you go, you get famous VIP level treatment. Just being a dude in line isn't sexy. Can't be at all. So I love that. Cheers to your honesty, Kevin Bacon. It's in short supply these days. And that is your show, unless, of course, you're watching on YouTube and sticking around for Club Plus. If you are listening to the podcast, thank you very much. Again, if you are a podcast listener, but not subscribing to the YouTube page, please do that. Please hit subscribe. Hit a like on your way out the door. Leave a nice comment or a review. If you would please, if you like this podcast, and I certainly hope you do, and I hope you also remember that sports don't build character, they reveal it. And like that, he's gone. Yeah, woo! Look at that. Are we in a nightclub? It must be a nightclub. It must be a nightclub. What do we got going on? Oh, we got people saying hello to Ike. Ike was in the building. I love it. Ike, always good to see you. Always good to have you. And always good to be eating a sandwich from Ike's. Anyone else read the title about Cooper Flagg today and thought it might have been a misspell about Cooper Cup? Well, that's why I put Cooper Flagg, Albert, and LeBron on the thumbnail as well, letting you know it's going to be about basketball. Pods, again, yes, he did get stuffed by AD at the end of the scrimmage. But the fact that he brought it to AD, I'm telling you right now, rather than drive on Anthony Davis, Andrew Wiggins would have dumped that off to somebody else. Pods, I like the scrap. I don't like the results, but I do like the effort. There's my guy right there. Love y'all. We love you, man. There he is. Look at that handsome face right there. Isn't that a face that makes you want to buy a sandwich? Right there. Right there. The Shaw. Shaw, it's been a while, man. Good to see you in here. I hope you're going to make it out to a little Plus. We're going to have Plus Mania 4 coming up soon. Will be announced by the end of this week. Roddy says, Damon, did you watch the 95-7 Warriors offseason summit? I wouldn't pay attention to the 95-7 the game summit if it had been happening in my living room. Again, how can you have a summit without the mountain? Here I am. I did call him Cooper Cup. I did. Again, capture the flag. This is a good one too here. SF Indigo, gag for flag. Yeah, that's probably going to be happening. SAG for flag. Sure, that works too. Absolutely, that works too. I don't know how it happened, but Boxer Briefs getting a thumbs up from Irwin. I'm a Boxer Brief guy myself, yeah. Does it sound a little funky? Doesn't sound like my mic is on? Is the mic not on today? I hate when that happens. Let me see. Well, again, a little too late. Roadcaster. Boom. Damn it. Postman, hold on. There you go. That's a pretty big starting five, right, for Team USA? I mean, there's so much talent on that team. How do you want it? How do you seriously want it? Mr. D-Boy Deluxe says, I couldn't name one women's basketball player from another country. Well, the truth is you're going to see WNBA players who you might recognize claiming another country of origin in their family tree and going to play for them. It's like our good friend, Roz Gold Onwude. She was a WNBA player. She was great at Stanford. And she wasn't quite good enough to make Team USA, so she played for Team Nigeria because she's got Nigerian in her family. So she was able to get like a, do you even need like a dual citizenship? I don't know how that gets approved or how that works exactly, but you're going to see a lot of names that you might recognize playing for other teams. Albert's like, South Sudan is in the Olympics? That's got to be the youngest country there. I guess so, yeah. SF City College Academy of Art University could probably beat South Sudan. Well, look, I mean, South Sudan qualified for the Olympics. But yeah, they might get run. They might get run. Or I don't know, maybe South Sudan's got like a ton of like 6'11" dudes everywhere and are just, world class athletes. Plus Mania 4. Plus Mania 4. Drip hydration required. I mean, depends on how hard you go to yourself. That's on you, right? Damon, Plus Mania 4, the musical. Depends on how much weed you plan on bringing, JJ. Plus Mania 4, the musical. That's not bad. That's not bad. It's going to take a little getting used to seeing Debo wear number 1. 19 was cool for Debo. I did. What, he still got the handle 19 problems, doesn't he? Michael saying, yeah, La Petite Baline, one of the best. The pool is heated as well. It is. It is. It's Jillian gets in there for Ozzy. Good to good to. I'm down with the Baline. Jack is working on his official now red, white, and blue ribbon. Or no, he's working on his white ribbon. Red, white, and blue is next. Then he goes into advanced swimming techniques. 82 Atlantic. Do you know Rich Lieberman? Yes. I mean, we're not tight, but yeah, I know who he is. Yes. Why? What's he ranting about, angry at today? Let's see. Chef A says, fabulous tribute to Willie Mays yesterday. Hearing it at the radio brought me to tears, thinking about the great times with my dad at ball games. The Giants did a great job. Even Clinton and Obama spoke. Yeah, Chef A, look, I'm down on the radio, obviously, for a lot of reasons, but one of the last things that radio still does better than anyone is that radio and baseball are forever married together, and it's beautiful. I love baseball on the radio. It drips of nostalgia, and nostalgia is about as powerful as drug as we have. Tongans and Samoan communities are huge in the peninsula, especially on the northeast side of San Mateo. What an awesome family. How warm and welcoming. And I mean, it reminded me of the big Italian families and the big Jewish families that I grew up around. I mean, you couldn't walk in the house without somebody stuffing a muffin in your mouth. Or here's a cannoli. Or here's some noodle kugel. I mean, it's just, I grew up in upstate New York with everybody's mother or grandmother trying to feed you 3 meals at once. It's why I have a runner's body. What is this? This is about 82 Atlanta, sleeping with the anchor. What happened? What happened? What happened here? What did Rich Lieberman say now? Somebody sleeping with? I don't know. What's going on? I don't know. I bet you I don't care either. Friendly chicken. Friendly chicken. Isn't friendly chicken valve oil is a beautiful thing. Damon, wait until you get invited to Mexican or Vietnamese parties. I have been around both family archetypes, and yeah, you leave with a to-go plate. You get a to-go plate. Sporticus, you're so right. America was built on neighbors sharing food. I think sharing food is just a beautiful act. Like this, it's what I think I like the most about Anthony Bourdain. Because Anthony Bourdain saw the value in learning about other cultures and other parts of the world. And if you just look at, if you just look at a culture through the prism of its food, you can learn so much about that culture. Joji, I have been to Hawaii. I have experienced that Hawaiian culture. I was very lucky to be with a friend of mine, Leanne, who lives in Kauai. So when Jillian and I have been to Kauai together, we don't get the you are a tourist treatment. We get the a local treatment. And so we have been fed, like Hawaiian level fed by the woman who's just coming over to have dinner with us tonight. And next thing you know, there's 5 smoked salmon sitting on the table. It's incredible. What else we got going on here? Albert says, speaking of old-time radio broadcasts, what happened to Bruce McGowan? Look, Bruce is retired now. Bruce has a beautiful wife, beautiful family. Bruce McGowan's a beautiful soul. Absolutely a beautiful soul. But he is, I think, very, very happy to be out of the radio business, as is just about everybody who's out of the radio business. Mike Baker, more stories. I'm sharing my stories with you. I should have shared it with you yesterday. Yeah, eating contests are just not. Yeah, my gag reflex happens, Erwin. I can't watch. Cannot watch it. Mike's excited about the disco ball. Whatever gets you excited, that's what we're here to do. I want to thank all of you for watching today. You are fantastic. You are the best. You are my kind of people, and I cannot wait to be getting together with you. You know what? I think I like it. Plus Mania 4, the musical. A Bacon Bits segment. Only on the Plus. And I'm telling you, I like Kevin Bacon. I like the fact that Kevin Bacon said, you know what, just for a minute, I'd like to be normal. And then was like, no, don't be normal. Spunky making it in here. I'm here for the Blues Plus. Thank you very much. Spunky 072. I think I know who that is. Oh my goodness. Rebecca Emily Michael Gaffney says, hi, Damon. I'm bestest with Spunky 072. Oh, see, I know who all you people are now. First-time listener, long-time fan of your humor. Oh, well, thank you. Please go ahead and hit subscribe. Hit like. I can't believe I have to say these things now. It's Becca from Buffalo. Thank you, Becca from Buffalo. I hope you're doing well too, man. Hopefully you're doing well too, Omar. Thank you very much. True Blue. We are svelte. Runner bodies everywhere you look around here. Filipino family parties are the best. Lived next door to one. Never went home hungry. Dude, I'm telling you. This is two grandmothers started giving me a quarter of a chicken, and I left with like 3.5 whole chickens. It was and was ridiculously generous. I mean, I had to say, no more. Stop. No more. You don't have to give me any more food. You're embarrassing me now. And then they start handing you like Arizona iced teas and Sprites and Cokes. And it was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. One black one. Single guy doing 1/5 of the views of an entire station. Keep going, Damon. Oh, yeah. We will keep going. Here's what I know. I'll probably be around longer than 95.7 The Game as a business model. I know that for a fact. That's why Ike is in. There you go. Rebecca is in too. She is subscribed. Thank you, Rebecca. How about this? So I've got new friends in here. I've got an ex-girlfriend in here. I think my wife is in here. I've got all of you in here. I am so lucky to be surrounded by such great people. Now, if you'd only set up a huge barbecue rig in my front yard and feed me chicken, I'd do beautiful segments about you. Damon, don't forget to do the subject resets with Larry. He can get going and he can get Larry goes. When Larry goes, Larry goes. That's good. Just let him go. That's what I think I'm good at. I'm good at getting Larry going. That's why we work well together. And he knows how to push my buttons too. So when we fight, we know what we're doing. They're shuffling the shows at 95. Are they shuffling the shows? Oh boy. Oh boy. Nothing says we need something new. We need to get people to tune in. Quite like that. There you go. Oh, look. There she is. It's unbelievable. Hey, freaking technology is unbelievable. You hang out with new friends, old friends, girlfriends, ex-girlfriends, still friends. Fantastic. It really is. Mark, you were right. It's the circle of Damon. It is. It's the circle of Damon. So that's what we will be, that's what we'll be singing about. And at Plus Mania 4, the musical. Plus Mania 4, the sing-along. We'll have an announcement of when it will be soon. I can promise you that. I know for a fact it's going to be at the Dubliner on West Portal. I'm going to get Ike to send us a whole bunch of sandwiches. That sounds like we can make that happen. This is going to be great. Every day I'm shuffling. See, this is fantastic. We're all making new friends. Everybody feed your neighbors. Be good to your neighbors. Be good to your loved ones. Be good to your current girlfriends, your ex-girlfriends, your current wives, your ex-wives, whatever you got going on. Be good to their friends as well. Like and subscribe, good people. And please do remember that you don't have to go home. You just can't stay here.